No, 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 Mama, see over there? No, Mom, put over there, see?
Oh, yeah, this one is just not. Hey, you know, but you're trying to put
since the year 2000, and he weighs about 260 pounds. In a day's time, he's going to eat about 35 to 40 pounds of bamboo.
She's like taking up one for his head.
No, I think he ate them. There were little biscuits.
Now here's a different panda.
See down here. Where? Here, there! No?
Yeah, look at me. I think that's what it is. Rose.
The Smithsonian of all places. That's right. I went to the Smithsonian of all places when I was in Washington, D.C. I went to the National Museum of American History, and I also went to the National Zoo, and both of those are part of the Smithsonian of all places. Now, the reason we always say of all places after mentioning the Smithsonian is because I remember when I went to Washington, D.C. when I was 12 years old, and we went to the Smithsonian, and somebody ripped an LAP bunker blast. That's right, they did. And after it, we said, in the Smithsonian of all places. And somebody ripped an SBD too. And I remember that was when I was 12 years old. We went there. Somebody ripped an SBD in the Smithsonian. And my mom says, it smells like somebody has a load in their pants. Because it did. It really did. But anyway, see, the animal clips at the beginning of this video, those were from the National Zoo, which are part of the Smithsonian. And the first one was a cheetah. And then there was some pandas. There were two different pandas. And then there was a red panda. That's right, those were at the National Zoo. But there's some other stuff from the Smithsonian too. Like here's some, these are some exhibits from the National Museum of American History, which is also part of the Smithsonian of all places. Like there's this right here. We went to the National Museum of American History, and they have inventions and artifacts like this. This is a record player. You may remember these because records are cool. They have an old record player there. And a Sony Walkman too, sitting next to it. This record player has a Paul Simon record on it. It does. There were incidents and accidents. And now this right here, this was also in the National Museum of American History. And look, it's Kermit the Frog here. Remember Kermit? He was cool. It's Kermit the Frog. And here's probably my favorite exhibit, at least my favorite section of the entire museum. They had a whole big section on roads, and I just wish I could see it all, but I was just so tired. My legs were sore, my knees were sore, my knees were starting to lock up. But this was in the roads exhibit, and this is they have a great exhibit on roads, a whole section about roads in the Smithsonian of all places. And this section here was about that poster in the middle about the white man's road. That was a part of a protest against freeways in Washington, D.C. See, because they tried building a freeway in Washington, D.C., and that was a poster that that was a poster that opposed it. See, that was a really big issue, like back in the 60s when I think it was Interstate 66 that they tried building, and maybe some other interstates too, like maybe part of Interstate 95. But at the time there was a lot of but yeah, now let's see. And also I have some more pictures from the National Zoo. Like, for instance, there's this. Zebras. They have zebras. They do. They have zebras at the National Zoo. See these beautiful zebras? Or an elephant. There's an elephant's butt. And I think this right here is the same elephant. Just walking around, going like elephants always do, because elephants are cool. See, they have these at the Smithsonian of all places, the National Zoo. That was the National Zoo, and you know what? As of now, right now at least, hopefully it can stay like this. But the National Zoo and the other Smithsonians are free of charge. That's right. Free of charge. Free. They are. But it was so funny the time someone ripped a bunker blast at the Smithsonian back when I went there and I was 12. Or they did it at least twice. There's an SBD and an LAP. And it actually did, the SBD, it actually did smell like somebody soiled their underpants. It really did. But that's my visit to last week to the Smithsonian. This was the same trip where the deodorant lid fell in the toilet one last week. So that's the story of the Smithsonian of all places.